What's up, man? Got like 10,000 views and you can't subscribe one time. No like, no nice comment. Can't say that my hat looks cool and shit. It's fucked up. I forgive you. You can make it up right now. Moving on. We're going to the master bedroom. And we're gonna make this shit happen.
Dork.
Alright, this is going to look a little weird because you can't see the home run, but if you remember from the home run video that we pulled the home run to the first smoke detector that we came to. And we'll get to that at towards the end of this video because I want to pull the 14.2 before I pull the 14.3. So I'm just going to come to my smoke detector, which is right here. So with a smoke detector, they want it within 2 foot of the peak of the roof. But with the company that I work with, they always want it in the peak of the roof. I would have put it right there near the front of the door, but we're gonna start right here anyways. I'm gonna start with this receptacle on this side, and I'm just gonna work my way around the room as I go to it. So this is the receptacle. This is a phone TV combo. I know if you look back on it, it kind of looks like a weird place. This is the location that they wanted it in. And when it comes to the plans and how we make our money, the plans are always king. And let me just say that standing on top of a ladder like this is dangerous, but I live on the danger side. I'm gonna put a staple in there because I don't want any loose wires in the ceiling. And just like we did with the last circuit, we're just gonna make sure we get power to everything first, and then we're gonna pull the switch loads. And in this case, and then we're gonna pull the smoke detectors. Okay, so this is a single gang box for a single pole switch that only has one light in the closet, but since it's just a single gang, we're still going to stay on the inside. For receptacles, it's not going to matter, but for this being a switch, it is. And my switch leg will always go in the second one. Alright, still same, I'm going into the bottom of this box. I'm staying on the inside towards the stud. And receptacles, like I said, it doesn't matter which slot you go into, it just depends on how you want to staple it. Okay, when I'm running wire across the trusses, and there's a bunch of trusses going around, and I'm allowed to scoot right across the trusses, I don't really staple too much because inspectors aren't really going to notice. But when I have a long run going long ways against the trusses, I have to make sure I have to put a staple every 4 foot because the inspector's going to see that and immediately fail me for it. So this is a 2-game box, staying on the inside. And that way I know it's powered. And my theory with running the wire, when an inspector comes in, if your work looks clean, it looks really nice, the inspector is going to let a lot of things go that he normally wouldn't. If your wire looks a lot junky in the attic, then he's going to make you come back and make sure every wire is stapled every 4 foot. But if it looks nice and tight and smooth, and it looks like there's no problems with it, then my theory is that he's going to let things go that he normally wouldn't. And you want to stay with the corresponding holes to the slot in the box that you're going with. Like I'm staying closest to the stud with these power wires. So like I got 2 holes drilled here, and pretty much there's 2 switch legs in this room, and I know there's 2 powers going in here, so I'm gonna stay in this hole closest to, and that's just gonna make the stapling look a little nicer. A little tight. Get in there. Okay, so I'm looking up and I'm looking at my wire. You see that wire kind of, it's not touching the plate, so it's resting on that wood, so I don't have to have a staple to bring it off of it. Okay. Alright, so this plug in this room is going on with this switch box. So I'm going to pull some slack off. So I'm going to go into the bottom of this box. Okay, in this situation, what I just said isn't exactly going to make much sense, but I'm going to go into that next slot and I'm going to put a couple staples down right here just so I keep it with 2 wires in a box. I can put 3 wires that are power wires in this box because I will put up to 2 wires in the one slot, but instead of doing that, I want to keep 2 wires in this receptacle, so I'm going to go down to this right hole, staple down a couple times, and then go over. Right down to the receptacle. I'm going to put a couple staples in here. You see how nice that looks? Power in, power out, and then power in, power out. And then I'll just put when I come back to staple, I'll just put one right here and one right here. Another switch. Like I said, we're staying on the inside. That way we don't have to mark every wire we put in the box. Okay, so like I said in the last video, you want to go where you started off with. So I started it from the smoke, and that's my power in. And you want to go through and you want to make sure that you have power in every box, unless you're dealing with 3-ways. We're going to get into that, I'm sure, into a family room or a kitchen. But anyways, so power in, power out. And we're just looking at it. We're just making sure we get it right and not miss anything. So we came over here, and usually you can tell as long as you got 2 wires in a box. As long as you got 2 wires in a box for every box, except for the very end, you're just gonna have that one. So we came out, came in here, went down, then we came up and over, we came up and over and through, and then this is the end of the circuit. Okay, so I don't want to grab that 14.3 just yet. I want to go ahead and run all of the switch legs that we have that are in 14.2. So now we got this 14.2, pull and slap. I'm closest to this closet right here. I'm gonna go put a switch leg to this can light. Leaving me enough extra so I can put it in there. This is a switch leg, so this is gonna go in the second slot. All right, I'm going to this other closet. Same thing as last time. Alright, we have our power slots right here, and then this is my switch leg slot. Alright, we're gonna go back to this water closet, and usually it's done in 14.3, but in this house they have a bath fan and a 6-inch can that are separate, so we gotta run it in 14.2. Alright, so coming into this bathroom, this is the doorway. So when I come into this doorway, I'm going to want my first switch to be the light, and then I want my second switch to be the fan. So if you look right here, we have our powers right here. So this is going to be my fan, and this is going to be my light. And then that way I don't have to mark my wires to know which are which. Starting with my light first. So that's going to go in this third slot. And this one will go on my second slot. This is for the fan. The fan should never be the first switch. Main bathroom part.
What was it?
No, just give me a view over here. Okay, so in the master bathroom, same as any other bathroom, your vanity light is always first. And if it has tub cans or a tub light, that'll be second. And then with your bath fan, it'll always be the last switch. So starting with my vanity, there's 2 vanities going in here. And these are gonna be cut-in boxes for the trim out. So since there's 2 vanities, we wanna run the switch leg up and through. All right, so camera keeps overheating. Keep having to restart, killing my day, son. All right, anyway. This is a vanity light, looks kind of long. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. Feed it into the wall. Light staple in, and then just make sure it stays in there. So it's going to even this out a little bit. That's going to be enough for both vanities. Okay, I got a 3-gang box here. That means there's going to be 3 switches, unless you got a stack switch. But there's no sense putting a stack switch in because there's plenty enough room to add another gang. But anyways, so this is our first switch, and I know there's 3 switches going in here. So this is 1. This is 2, and this is 3. And our first switch that I want when I come into the bathroom is going to be my vanity, so it's going in here. And I don't have to mark it because of the position that it's in. Alright, I'm not going to start in a hole with this one. I'm actually going to start where the can is, over the tub. We got this crazy ass big shower with 2 cans. So I'm going to start in this bay. I don't know what this is for. I think HVAC was thinking something stupid. Take my own advice for some slack. And I don't have to run a switch leg from the switch box for every light. These 2 lights right here are on the same switch leg, so I'm just going to put this one to this one, and I'm going to connect them with this light whenever I go to cut in the lights. It's going to be another video, but these two wires will get connected whenever I go to plug them into that light. And now I want to do my fan. Okay, now when I look at it, I'm going to plug this in with this open slot right here. And now that I see with the wires that I have in here, I know that these two right here are my power. I know this is my vanities, this is my tub light, and this is my fan. Without marking them, that's what I know. All the 14.2 on this circuit, and now we're going to move to the 14.3. I want to go ahead and do the rest of the switch legs that are left, which I only have one in this room, and it's going to be that fan light combo for the middle of this room. This is the only switch leg going into this box, so I'm going to slot 2. I'm going to fold it just so I know it won't go nowhere. Leave some extra. Okay, so when we started this circuit, I started this circuit out of the smoke detector that's in this room. So this is how I've done like every circuit, every house that we do. We put the home run to the closest smoke detector to the panel, and then we connect all of the smoke detectors that are in the house, and then that's going to travel your power, your neutral, and your ground around. And the red, for this instance, for the smoke detectors, is nothing but a signal wire for your smoke detector. Which, what it does is when one smoke detector goes off, all of them go off. So that's why we use the 14.3. It's got that red wire as a signal wire. So you can start over there where the home run is, but I'm already over here in this room, so I'm just going to go room by room, CO to CO, and connect them all up together. So I can see my next one's over here. So I'm just going to start in this bay and work my way over.
You okay?
And I know we talked about this in hot boxing, but you need a smoke detector in every bedroom and outside of every bedroom within 10 feet. Now, I added a smoke detector into the office, and for me, in order for it to be considered a bedroom, as I recall, is it has to have a door on it and it has to have a closet in order to be considered a bedroom. But the company that I subcontract for doesn't want to take a chance in failing, so they add it anyways in every house. So any kind of study or office gets one anyways. So, oh, and not to mention, you have to have a smoke detector at the bottom of a staircase also. Okay, when you're dealing with vaulted ceilings and stuff, you want to make sure that you're keeping staples so it's sitting flat against the trusses, because when they come in here and they blow insulation in the trim out, in case somebody has to come up here, you don't want to make sure that you're creating some kind of trip hazard. So if I was to just pull it tight, this will stick off the trusses, so I'm just going to put a staple right here so it's not a trip hazard for later. Okay, so that's pulling that whole circuit right there for the master bedroom, and I want to go through it just in case I missed something. I want you to understand exactly what it is. And you should do this with every time you pull a circuit. You should go through and make sure everything is correct, because even if your boss walks all your houses for you, he might be an idiot, or he might not see everything. You know, there's a lot going on with electrical in every single house. So you want to go through and you want to make sure you got everything, because you don't want it to fall back on you whenever it goes in the trim out, because your name's going to be on that house. So you want to make sure it's correct before you walk away. So when we started with this circuit for the master bedroom, I pulled my home run. If you remember back from the home runs, we pulled to the closest smoke detector, which was right here. That's a piece of 14.2 as a home run into that smoke detector. And then I came out of it with a 14.3 with that red wire being a signal wire for all smokes. And then it's carrying the power, the neutral, and the ground for your circuit in your master bedroom. So we came here as your home run, we came out 14.3, and then we came out again and we hit this one, and then we came out of this one and hit this smoke CO. And then we came out of this smoke CO, and then we hit this regular smoke. We came out of this regular smoke and we hit this last smoke right here. This is where the red wire ends. It comes from your home run area to the one in the master bedroom. And that's just a signal wire. So now what we came out of here with was the black, the white, and the ground to the first place in your bedroom. This is the beginning of the circuit. So we jumped out of this receptacle, hit this one, came up to the switch, went to the receptacle, came out of there, went to the water closet. From the water closet, we went to the master bathroom, and then we hit these receptacles, and the switch, and the receptacles to the switches, and that was it. And then you want to go back and you want to make sure you got all your switch legs in. I got my fan light, which is a 14.3. The red's going to be the light, the black's going to be the fan. Right here, I came out with a switch leg for this closet light. This is just a regular can light. That black's just going to be for the light. And then you got the neutral and the ground. Same thing right here for this closet. Sticking in this second slot is your switch leg for this closet light. Now we got two different items in this water closet. A lot of times you have a fan light combo, but for this situation we got a can and a fan. So we got two switch legs running up for that. Like we talked about before, switch sequence. You want to make sure you got them in the right slot. And if you don't, then you're just going to have to mark every wire. And if you're new, I suggest you mark every wire anyways. I mean, the power wire is pretty obvious, keep them on the inside. But like, especially when you get into three-ways, even I mark those wires. So coming right here, this is your master bathroom. This first leg right here is going to be for two vanities above these two sinks. The second switch right here is going to be for these two cans, and then this third switch leg is going to be for this bath fan. And that's it. It's hot.